What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin Svensson. So today we're going to be talking about the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin has finally broken to the downside of the descending triangle pattern. And if you guys have been watching this channel for the past couple months, this is what we've been looking out for. So a lot of people right now in the crypto space are on the fence of whether this is just a correction and a longer term uptrend, or if this is the beginning of a longer term downtrend or a bear market. In today's video, we're going to be going over both of those scenarios and what I think is most likely right now and what I'm looking out for. If you're a trader, if you're a crypto investor, and you're actively trading, if you're looking to buy Bitcoin right now, if you're managing multiple assets in the crypto market right now, then it's basically a requirement to use a platform that allows you to manage your entire crypto portfolio all from one place. And the best platform for that is CryptoWatch. You guys need to check out CryptoWatch. Click that link below to create a free account. So looking at the daily chart, if you guys have been watching the past few videos, we've been looking at the blue 21 EMA and the yellow 100 EMA, and we've been looking for this cross to take place, which would be a bearish indication. If you guys remember back in April, right before April, we did get the 21 EMA to cross above the yellow 100 EMA, which in my opinion was a direct correlation with the breakout into the bullish trend. And if you're looking at the price action recently on the daily chart, the yellow 100 EMA and the blue 21 EMA did get a bearish cross, and this is a strong bearish indication right now. So right now, a lot of analysts, a lot of traders are looking at the 200 simple moving average as a support indicator. In past bull markets, Bitcoin did use the 200 simple moving average on the daily chart as a support area. Right now, we're actually testing below the 200 simple moving average. So the 200 simple moving average is actually beginning to fail as a support zone. And you can see that we're testing lower lows here on Coinbase, currently testing below 8,200. Right now, I think it's more important to keep our eye on the bigger picture. Bitcoin did break to the downside of the descending triangle pattern, and we're right now actually getting support off of the yellow 100 EMA on the 3-day chart. Right now, the yellow 100 EMA on the 3-day chart is a more accurate support indicator, and if we do range below this in the near term, which does look more likely, then we would be looking to test my downside target of $7,500. Now, this is the target I've been talking about for the past couple months, the $7,500 price point, and this is coming in just above the golden retrace. If we go from swing low to swing high, the golden retrace, the 618, is coming in at about 7,200. So right now I'm thinking anywhere from 7,200 to 7,500 could be a key support area. Now, the golden retrace is the most common level for Bitcoin to retrace to before continuing on a bullish trend. So right now I'm going to be looking very closely at the golden retrace as a buy target still. So what I need to see, if we do get a pullback to this area, what I need to see is volume levels on par with previous levels or exceeding previous levels. And that would give me a clear indication that that is a strong buy zone, a strong support level. And at that point, we would be looking to test up and out of this region. Now, if you're looking back in history here, generally what happens is on all these parabolic lows, right here, if you're just looking at the chart, you get volume levels that start to exceed previous levels on a lot of these lows here, right? You get volume levels that exceed previous levels on many of these areas. Volume kind of just continues to build up and up and up as the trend progresses. That's personally what I really need to see right now for Bitcoin, is I need to see volume trending to the upside here. And right now we're not necessarily getting that, which is not necessarily a great sign for Bitcoin, but we'll see. I think a continued pullback is likely right now to the golden retrace. For me, the confirmation of that being the main support level is going to be those volume levels. So definitely stay tuned, guys. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you're interested in seeing my opinion as we get closer to my downside target. Now, of course, if we don't hold the 618, then we're going to start talking about price levels such as 6,400 and 5,600. But for now, I'm going to have a close eye on $7,200 to $7,500 as that next major support level. Now, again, like I said in the beginning of the video, a lot of people have been talking about whether this formation we're seeing right here is similar to these parabolic advances, or if it's actually more similar to the psychology of the sell-off of the peak of the bull run in this consolidation range right here. And in my opinion, we're actually in a formation that's sort of a hybrid between this formation here and the parabolic advances in the bull market. It's very much, it's not the same as the blow off top at 20,000, and it's not the same as the parabolic advances in the bull market. It's actually quite in between the two right now. So in the past, a lot of these parabolic advances resulted in, like a 3-day period for a pullback, a 3-day period for a pushback, a 3-day period for a pullback, a 3-day period for a pushback. And also, if you're looking at the weekly, generally what happens is you find a low, and the weekly candle quickly gets bought up on that low before a continuation to the upside. Pretty much every one of these weekly candles testing the 21 EMA on the weekly did get bought up pretty quickly. And right now, if you're looking at the price of Bitcoin, we had a weekly candle close very bearish. We closed below our support level. It did not get bought back up. We are still remaining below the blue 21 EMA on the weekly chart. So while this cycle did not last as long as, of course, this cycle right here, this cycle, in my opinion, was the discovery phase for Bitcoin. Bitcoin was not very known in this area. And slowly, as we marched on up during this bull market, Bitcoin did get discovered and was featured on many news channels and all over the place, right? So the buildup of this bull market was a lot different. The psychology behind this bull market was a lot different because of how unknown Bitcoin was, and it was slowly being discovered, and money was slowly coming into the market until we had a major mania phase right here, and that following this consolidation range right here. The behavior of this move right here is different than anything we've seen in Bitcoin's history. It's really, at this point, it's pretty hard to compare what we're seeing here with anything that's happened here. In my opinion, it's actually a hybrid of a parabolic advance and the blow off top of the bull market. Very similar to this region right here, we had area of higher lows before a breakdown. And if you're looking at the daily chart right now, we had a couple areas of higher lows before a breakdown. So it's a descended triangle pattern. So in this way, you can actually compare it to the blow off top of the bull market and the consolidation of 6,000 before a breakdown. And the breakdown right now is actually quite similar to the breakdown of 6,000, where you break down, but you don't get really bought up very much. There's not much buy action happening here before a continued leg down. Right now, we're seeing something very similar. We see a breakdown, not all too much buy action taking place. And it's really quite likely that we do get a continued breakdown from this point here. And even the volume signature is pretty similar, where you have a huge buildup in volume, and then you see an increase in volume for the breakdown. And right here, we had a huge buildup in volume, and then we see a volume for the breakdown. It's really just a smaller version of the blow off top of the bull market as it stands right now. And it looks like we're probably going to get continued moves to the downside. So again, the next major support level that I'm looking for is the golden retrace, which is coming in at about $7,200 to $7,500. At that point, we would need to see major volume come in. And if we do get bought up at the 618, then it would end up being very similar to some of these parabolic advances. Although, again, it's very different from anything we've seen before. So I can't necessarily just look in the past to compare what's happening now. Things are actually getting quite different for Bitcoin. We are seeing a lot of different types of money come into the market, a lot of institutional money looking to get control of the price of Bitcoin now. And that's one thing you guys got to keep in mind, is as Wall Street gets involved in Bitcoin, the price action will most likely get a little bit more controlled. And we probably won't be getting this type of environment for Bitcoin again, in my opinion. I think it's more likely that we actually get more of a trader's environment. Bitcoin could actually end up just consolidating in this region before the next bull market. This is becoming more likely, in my opinion, now as well, that we would enter more of a trader's market for Bitcoin. But again, I'm not going to jump the gun on any assumption like that. We're going to have to see where the most significant support comes in for Bitcoin. And right now, in my opinion, we have not found any significant support. So it's hard to determine exactly what's going to be happening here, other than, of course, a continued leg down. I do think a continued leg down is quite likely, and we need to see some major volume come in if we're not going to get a continued move towards the 6,400 level, or the 786 fib retrace at about 5,600. So right now, really, I'm just waiting to see where the volume comes in. Looking at the 4-hour chart, not all too much buy volume is coming in just yet. So right now we are basically $700 away from my downside target. So we're pretty close, but we're not seeing as much buy action as I would like to see at this point for the bulls. So I do think a continued some more downside is likely. Overall, we are looking for more downside here for the price of Bitcoin. So if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and also click that affiliate link below if you're trying to create a free account on the CryptoWatch platform. And I will see you guys in the next video.